more tightly on the perimeter.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
He knows one of the hardest parts on scoring against this defense has to do with their prolific shot blocker, Serge Ibaka. He told me he's one of those guys who can get in your head a little bit because he's so mobile. You often don't see him coming. And Kevin, you add in his great rebounding and ability to hit from mid-range, and he's always an X-factor for them. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And Clark, while we have a moment, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Kevin Durant is second.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Turner. And it's Livingston in for Derrick Rose. Gibson the screen. Mirotic dishes to Dunleavy. Back to Mirotic. 5 to shoot. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. Will not go. This is off the front iron. They set the pick. Passes it to McGarry. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Dunleavy. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Looking now at some numbers for Jimmy Butler. He's coming off an excellent season. Around 20 points per game last season. 6 rebounds and 5 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Payne kicks to Brown. And the pass to McGarry. Gibson with the steal. Here is Livingston. He's covered by Brown. Livingston passes to Dunleavy. Left side, Gibson. Second chance shot. And he hits the jump shot. Gibson's got his first points of the night.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
He hits Brown with the drive. That's good.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Okay, fans, now coming on the court are your Levels. Make some noise and cheer them on.
Well, let's take a look at how Oklahoma City ranked in the league last year. Second in steals, third in assists, and they also showed up in the top 5 in blocks. A good, solid team at the defensive end of the floor.
And going back to the steals, they play a harassing style of defense. You have to be impressed with the effort they brought at that end of the floor.
Butler against Brown. 5 on the clock. And it's Butler missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's the screen. Morrill kicks to Brown. Dishes to Payne. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And it's Brown missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here is Livingston. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington. Pass to Mirotic. No good on that last second attempt. And emerging as a superstar, tremendous growth from Freak. We caught up with ace defender Jimmy Butler about
my team. We're all guarding them as a whole. We're all guarding.
But naturally, for a player like Jimmy Butler, who loves defense, some changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. And it's Butler in for Sean Livingston. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Cantor. Mitch McGarry comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for Waiters. So for Oklahoma City right now, Brown in at shooting guard. Anthony Morrow out there with McGarry. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets made some major contributions. He had 9 points, but also put up 4 boards. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
Outside Turner, right wing, on its way from Rose for 2. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Westbrook against Rose. Here's McGarry, the offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. Second, the Thunder.
Boy, they had so many guys with quick feet and quick hands on that team. I mean, they put relentless pressure on the opponent. And as a result, they came up with an awful lot of steals. I mean, this team has been very impressive defensively.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. And Dunleavy's subbed in for Turner. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Payne's checked in. Here's Rose. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle.
A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
There's the feed to Gibson. And it's blocked by Brown, but they get it back. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. He dishes it to Mirotic. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Rose with another miss.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Brown kicks to McGarry. The dish to Payne. Feeds it to Brown. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 6-point Oklahoma City lead.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
And so that's the end of the first half.
Hey, Kevin.
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Bulls. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Cantor. And it's Brown in for Dion Waiters. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Livingston is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Turner in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. They grabbed their own miss. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Gasol. Great showing for him last season. Put up about 16 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Yeah, you know, you want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. Don't lose ground. He definitely keeps them solid up front.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Mirotic comes in for Evan Turner. Livingston dishes to Gasol. Westbrook pulls it in.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Mirotic against Brown. Back to Durant. Shot off the pick, and he gets it to go. Durant's got 14 points.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Gasol passes to Butler. Here's Gibson. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Thunder leading by 7. There's a screen. Brown wide open. He fires. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And that's 13 points for Freak.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. That's 7 points for Pau Gasol. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Butler against Brown. The tray. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Jimmy Butler. Oklahoma City's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Inside, here's Adams. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Adams has got his first 2 points.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Durant with it. Butler covering. Brown outside. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Here is Livingston. Gasol a screen. Livingston kicks to Butler. That's good. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's Westbrook. He feeds it to Ibaka. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Well, through 3 quarters. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. And so the big win by Chicago.
Derek, congratulations.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joakim Noah. When they needed a leader to get them back in the game in the final quarter, he was the one they were all following, and he knew exactly the route back and the road to victory.
Joakim Noah is about as well-rounded basketball player as you can ask for.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night.